Sometimes, the smallest kindness can echo further than we ever imagine. This is a story about giving, when no one was watching. It was raining again, the kind that feels like it'll never stop. Ethan wiped the counter for the third time, not because it needed it, but because the silence felt heavier than usual. His cafe used to be full of laughter, of people. Now it was just him, and the rain. The doorbell rang softly. A man stepped in, soaked from head to toe, wearing a faded delivery jacket. "Kitchen's closed," Ethan said, without looking up. "I just needed somewhere to sit for a minute," the man whispered. Ethan hesitated, saw the man's shaking hands, his empty wallet. "Sit down," he said quietly. "I'll make you something hot." He served him soup and a sandwich. No questions, no conditions, no bill. Just one human being helping another. When the man finished, he tried to pay. Ethan smiled. "Forget it. You've had a long day." The man nodded, eyes wet, and slipped a note under the plate before leaving. It read, "One day, I'll return the favor." Ethan chuckled, folded the note, and tucked it in his pocket. He didn't know those words would one day save him. Weeks passed. Business slowed. Bills stacked higher. One by one, his regular customers disappeared. The cafe that had once been his dream was slipping away. One morning, he found a letter at his door. Not another bill, but a notice. The cafe lease had been bought out. Ethan's heart sank. He assumed it meant the end. He went to the address listed on the notice, ready to plead or to beg. Instead, a receptionist handed him an envelope. "The new owner wanted you to have this," she said. Inside was a check, enough to cover every debt. And a note. "For the meal that changed everything. I told you I'd return the favor." Ethan looked up and froze. Standing there was the same man he'd helped that rainy night. No uniform this time. A suit. A calm smile. The same eyes, but now filled with strength instead of exhaustion. "That night," he said softly, "I had lost my job. I was done. But your kindness reminded me there's still good in this world. I started over, built something that mattered. And I promised myself, when I could, I'd find you. I run a company now, a foundation that supports small businesses. We'll look for places just like this to partner with." Ethan tried to speak, but no words came. Sometimes, silence says everything. The man shook his hand and left quietly, leaving Ethan with tears and a heart that finally felt full again. A week later, everything changed. The cafe was renovated, debt cleared, staff hired. The same cafe that once barely survived became a symbol of second chances. Months later, Daniel stood by the window, watching the rain again. He smiled, not at the success, but at the memory. Because he'd learned something that night, he hadn't given coffee to a stranger. He'd planted a seed. The good we do for others becomes the light that finds us when we need it most. If you like this story, please subscribe and share so we can continue to create more stories that make the world a better place.